Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Good to see all of you. My name is Wenling, and I'll be your guide for the next 1 hour or so. Feel free to use this time to pop in the chat, especially if you're new to practicing with me. Feel free to share a little bit more about yourself. I'll do a quick introduction very shortly as well. We'll give just a couple more moments for a few more meditators to come in and join us. Hey Sonia, good to see you. Welcome back. We have lots of regulars tuning in today. Jackie, good to see you. Welcome, Key. Hey, Micah, good to see you. Welcome, Sarah. Hey, Kiki, welcome. And thanks so much for your donation. It means so much to me. Thanks for already showing support even before I've offered anything to you. I really appreciate you doing this gesture. Hey, Tina, welcome. Morning. Hey, Beatrice. We have lots of friends from all around the world. Melissa, welcome back. Good to see you. Hey, Amy. Hey, Doug. Great to have you here. Hey, Alexa. Feel free to pop in the chat where you're streaming from. Hey, Dennis. Good to see you. Welcome back, Judy. And as we give a couple more moments for a few of our friends to join in, I'll do a quick introduction shortly in a bit. Hey, Woody. Good to see you. And Sonia is tuning in, streaming from Leeds, UK. Jackie is from the NC in the US. Tina, welcome. I'm glad that you're taking a first time practicing with me. I hope you'll enjoy the session. Linda is tuning in today from Buffalo, New York. Tina is from Ottawa, Canada. And thanks so much for all of you who are waking up really early for this session as well, especially our friends who are in the far north. Welcome back, Melissa. Good to have you. Warm welcome, everyone. And my name is Wenling. I'm originally from Singapore. Now I'm based in the north of Italy. And for today's session, we'll be doing a combination of both Qigong, which is a standing energetic health practice that works with fluid flowing movements, including some tapping, some shaking to begin to free up energy blockages within the physical body and support you to connect with the deeper layers of your energetic and emotional body. The second half of the session will be a Yoga Nidra practice. And for our regulars, and even if it's your first time, today's session will be slightly different from usual. Our usual session is focused on all elements, and today's session, in celebration of winter and in celebration of the upcoming solstice, which is happening next week, today we will be doing a water-themed or water-focused practice. The water element is associated with the season of winter, which is for us, those of us in the northern hemisphere, that's where we are right now, and that's the kind of energy that we are feeling into, that we are connecting with. And in the Chinese medicine classic, the water element is associated with this energy of one word, which is called zang, or to cang. It means both treasure, as in a storehouse, a piece of treasure that we find that is rare and high in value, and at the same time, the action or the verb of going into hiding, into hibernation, which is also what many of us are doing at this time. So we're gonna practice and see how we can embody this energy of drawing inwards into ourselves, and at the same time uncovering the treasure that is already present within you, excavating this treasure while connecting with water's qualities of fluidity, stillness, perseverance, and deep insight, deep wisdom from this common source that is bigger than you. So Abida, I'm glad you could join us. Thanks for tuning in from South Africa. Amy as well. Good to have you. Sarah, I'm glad you could join us from Nevada in the US. So we're going to settle into your space. I want to invite you to take the next couple of moments to set up your space and make any adjustments that you might need. Maybe close that door if you have a private space. Maybe switch off the phone notifications if you're tuning in on your phone so that you really won't get interrupted by anyone else. And let the next 55 minutes or so be purely a space and a time just for you, to draw inwards and tap into your watery wisdom. And we're gonna, as a collective, do a gesture in both palms. One hand holds the future, the other hand holds the past. The future is unknown. The past has already happened. We're gonna empty the past, empty the future. With both palms together, uniting both sides of you, logical and creative, feminine and masculine, all qualities, and bring it into your heart center. We're going to take 3 breaths as a collective, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through the mouth for the 3 levels of existence. We start with the earth. Whether you are seated or standing, feel the earth. Connect the base of your feet, and if you're sitting, the base of your sit bones with the earth. Let's take an inhale through your nose. Exhale through the mouth. Send the breath to the earth. Settling in, yielding like water flowing down towards the sea, towards the ocean. Second round, connecting with the heart space. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through the mouth. Send the breath to your heart. Feel your heart soften. Nestle into the space of your heart and connect with your inner teacher, your heart. Last one, connecting with the heavens. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through the mouth. Send the breath to the heavens. Feeling that you are here and you being special, one of the rare creatures that can stand vertical. We are each pillars between heaven and earth, and feel that you are in the midst of it all, bridging heaven and earth. Taking a moment to center in this feeling and let your intention start to surface, whatever brought you here today. Taking a moment to connect with what you hope to receive from the remaining 15 minutes or so of today's practice. And let your intention be to allow this practice to manifest maybe a feeling of joy, maybe abundance, maybe fluidity, maybe good health, maybe simply a feeling of peace. Connect with that intention. Let that shape the rest of your practice, and then slowly and gently opening your eyes. Now, before we start moving and practicing, and this practice is called moving into stillness, I want to invite you to take a couple of moments to share 3 words to describe your current state of being. It could be nouns, verbs, adjectives. It could be colors, feelings, sensations, anything at all. And our regulars, you're already familiar with this practice, so feel free to go ahead and share them in the chat. My 3 words today are snow, goosebumps, divine. And towards the end of today's practice, we reconnect with this practice once again to see what 3 words surface and how your experience has shifted from the beginning towards the end. So let's give a couple of moments for a few of these words to come in. Melissa, thank you so much for your donation already. I really appreciate that. For our friends who have just joined in, we are checking in with a 3-word check-in using the chat to reflect your current state of being. Amy's words are ache, slow, knit. Abida's words are rested, curious, light. Mary, thanks for joining me last week for your birthday. I hope you had a good celebration. Mary's words are eager, ready, seeking. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's give a few more moments for these words to come in. And in the meanwhile, if you don't quite feel comfortable to share these words in the collective, I encourage you to voice them or write them down just for yourself. Carol's words are sleepy, tired, anxious. Jeannie's words are cold, hopeful, calm. Donna's words are searching, open, hopeful. Melissa's words are open, clear, rested. And Tina's words are stiffness, grateful, calm. So feel free to keep the words coming, and now we're going to slowly transition to start to move. At any point of time, if my video is unclear, feel free to share that in the chat. I will eyeball the screen from time to time, even as I'm far away from the screen, just to make sure that this is a good experience for all of you. Let's start in a comfortable standing position if that calls out to you. If you feel like staying seated or lying down at any point of time, you are always welcome to do so. Everything I offer today is an invitation that you can choose to accept if it feels inviting, or choose to reject or keep on hold, and then you can decide later on. So we're going to start by connecting with yin-yang, the two equal and opposing forces, left, right, front, back, different sides of your body, creative yet logical. And as you ground down through the earth, we're going to do a small movement. As you inhale, using your palms, imagine you gather from the earth. If you garden, imagine you're picking up stuff, and you lift your toes to draw from the rainbow arches of your feet. Support this energy to rise up. And then as you exhale, spread the toes and reaffirm your connection with the earth. See if you can let go of some holding in any part of your body. Settle in and feel the firmness of the ground beneath you. Second round, connecting with the heart, same movement. Lift the toes, the hands gesture to guide this energy to reach the heart. And as your heart softens, fingers, let them come back down, guiding the energy to resettle as your toes once again feel the earth. Know the earth, trust the earth. Last one, connecting with the heavens. So inhale, lift the toes to draw from the rainbow arches of your feet. Let this energy rise, flush the heart, reach the heavens through your crown, your third eye. And then as you exhale from the crown, feel a growing upwards while you maintain this yielding and this connection with the earth. As you do so, let the arms float down by the sides of your body. With your next exhale, drop your hips, soften your knees. Once again, feel the earth holding you. And then grow the back of your head up towards the sky and feel the spaciousness in the front of your chest, the back of your heart, as well as the back of your tailbone. You're welcome to stay here, finding your Tai Chi axis or your pole between heaven and earth. If you feel like you'd like to join me as we start moving in any way that feels good for you, then feel free to do so. And let these movements support you to connect with your intention from before. If you were feeling stuck or rigid, see how you might allow these movements to feel fluid and luscious. If you were feeling tired and you want to invite some energy, then you might move in a way that supports you to feel the energy that is already present. For the next 5 breaths, moving in any way that feels good for you. If it's conducive for you to close your eyes, feel free to go ahead. If you prefer to keep the eyes open, if that feels more grounding, more safe, then go ahead. One of my teachers likes to call this spontaneous Qigong. And really what we're doing is a somatic exploration. Soma is the Greek word for body. And we are exploring the layers of you, the most superficial layer being your physical body, the vehicle that is supporting you to explore the world so that you can travel and experience. Feel how your car, your vehicle, maybe it's a truck, maybe it's a car, maybe it's a pickup. Notice how it's feeling today. And you're welcome to continue moving in any way that feels good for you. You're also welcome to come back into vertical alignment, and if that feels nice, we'll transition into a gentle shaking movement called Qigong shaking. It's interesting that in yogic disciplines, in Kundalini Yoga, we also do a shaking form of meditation. And I find it no coincidence that all these ancient wisdom traditions, they share something in common despite being millions of miles apart at a time when there was no internet. So as you are shaking, you might use this to release any tension, any anxiety. I like to imagine it sliding down the back of my shoulders or gently releasing from the edges of my arms, my fingertips, like little droplets of water. As you're shaking and clearing, if it feels nice for you, feel free to let the arms flow up to any degree and gently let the arms flow down at your own pace. I like to inhale as the arms come up and exhale as the arms flow down. See if that feels good for you. We might try this just one more time on your own. Again, optional. Everything I offer in this session is completely optional. From here, you're welcome to add some rotation. I like to inhale through the center and exhale to turn and look behind one shoulder. And inhale to come back through the center. See if that feels good, and you might try the other side as well. We have one more invitation here. I've been flooding your mailbox with invitations. From here, you might lift and land your heels, pumping through the balls of your feet. And here, I like to connect with a visualization. Under the rainbow arches of your feet, there's a vital energy point called Yongquan. And it translates as bubbling spring or eternal well, eternal spring. You might imagine these two jets of water tickling the rainbow arches of your feet as you lift and land your heels, also toning the back of your calves, where the urinary bladder energy channels flow along the back of your body. The second half of this invitation is to flutter out your lips or to let any sounds, if they want to leave you, let them go. We're gonna keep shaking and clearing for just about 10 more breaths. About 3 more breaths. And very, very slowly let that shaking taper off as you transition from movement back into stillness. If you find your eyes are closed, let them stay closed. If your eyes are naturally open, let them rest on a point in front of you, but draw your awareness inwards, as if listening to the inner landscape of your body. Observing any sensations, any messages, any visions, feeling into you. From here, gently and slowly, we're going to let the hands begin to float upwards towards the sky, pulling from the heavens. Let the intention be to connect with the energy from above, the energy of the heavens, represented by the energy of the sun. Let that shine down on you, warming you on a cold winter's day. And as that warmth reaches your crown, let that pour like a healing light, cleansing, rejuvenating every single part of you, giving you courage, giving you hope, giving you inspiration. Second round, connecting with the heart. Very simple gesture, but very profound. Same movement, but this time, even as we reach up towards the heavens, you never forget that even though it feels like you are alone on this epic journey, you are not. Here we are together. You are here with me. We are here together. As the hands move in front of your heart, feel your heart blossom. Remember, you are never alone. Remember, you are seen, you are heard, you are loved, and you see, you hear, you love those around you. Last one, connecting with the earth. Now, even as you grow up towards the heavens, we never forget that life is lived in this present moment as represented by the tangible experience on being human, being here in your body with all its flaws, with all its imperfections. There's beauty in that, and feel that in this present moment, you are held. You have arrived. All of you is welcome. From here, we'll let the hands come into loose, non-violent fists. As you breathe in, begin to arch your spine and shine your collarbones, your heart, all the way up to the heavens. As you exhale, withdraw into you, coming back into the source, soften your knees. Every inhalation is an expression of yourself, declaring outwards into the world, I am here. This is me. And with every exhale, you withdraw into yourself and you reconnect with the identity. Yes, this is who I am. Let's continue for the next 4 rounds. Moving from expansion into contraction. From extension into flexion. Following your own rhythm, your own breath, letting the knees stay soft, never pushing the hips too far forward. Another nice visualization is I like to imagine sometimes that I'm drinking my breath as I inhale. Drinking it all in, see if that visualization resonates with you. And then as I breathe out, you might imagine it's gently flowing away. Now you might be coming towards the end of the last 1 to 2 rounds. As you finish that last round, gently and slowly, we'll begin to release the arms down by the sides of your body, soften the knees, and we'll do a little bit of work with the hips. We'll start with what is called a pelvic tilt, or the arch and round. So when you inhale, see if you can reach the bum back and feel an arch in your spine so the belly area is a little bit more stretched and the lower back muscles are more contracted. You feel the front part elongate and the back part shorten. When you exhale, instead scoop it under and you feel the back part of your spine begin to lengthen and all the muscles become longer. Instead, the belly area contracts and draws in. So we alternate between both of these, and you can probably see in my knees, they are quite liberally soft. And we maintain a very softness. And this movement might be very slow, or it might be a little bit faster, whatever feels good for you. The most important thing is notice that you are not instead bending and straightening your knees, neither are you leaning forward and back with the spine. Remember, the hips are the ones driving the movement. And if I've lost you, one helpful thing to do is to let your fingers come towards the front of your hip bone, the ASIS bone, and the thumbs come to the back. So when you arch the spine, imagine the thumb moves up. And then when you move the front of the crotch forward, the thumb moves down and instead the fingers move up. So feel this sliding up and downwards movement of the hip, and you feel what is the pelvic bowl tilting forward and back as if you're pouring water forward and then pouring water back. forward, and then you scoop it back, forward, and you scoop it back. You're welcome to stay with this movement. You're also welcome to start to do what is snake circles for the whole of your spine. So it can be broken down to a 4-step movement. You arch the spine, scoop it underneath, draw it slightly forward, and then come upwards to start to draw a full circle with the spine. And if you're able to do this quite fluidly, and if it feels nice, feel free to relax your upper body, especially the shoulders, neck, and the head, because you'll feel the whole snaky movement make its way up along your vertebrae from your lumbar spine, the waist, towards the thoracic spine, the chest, towards the cervical spine, which is your neck. And we'll try just a few more rounds of these. If this is too complex, no worries, stay with the previous option. And when you come to the end of that last round, when you feel like you've had enough, connecting with the front of the body as well as the back of your body, we'll let your tailbone, last part of the spine, drop down slightly to find the posture that is called Wuji. So from the side, you can see my knees are very, very slightly bent. It's as if there's a high stool or chair that I'm sitting on, and the tailbone, the last part of the sacrum, which is the flat part of the bone that is just above your buttocks, your gluteus maximus, medius, and minimus, the muscles. And you can feel that slightly downwards. A little bit of flexion in the spine. From here, your shoulders stay relaxed down. The back of your head grows up to the sky. And we're going to squeeze the arms in. As you exhale, let them gently release. Again, squeezing them in, no gap between arm and body. And gently release, let them spring apart. You'll find this soft rounded shape. Relax your jaw. Relax the shoulders. You can do a couple of slinky movements as well if you're feeling quite stiff. Once you've done slinking around, find the center and settle into this stillness. Feel the yielding as you exhale to drop the weight of your body down. As your jaw relaxes, grow the back of your head up to the sky. Let your tongue rest in the cavity of your mouth. Naturally, you might find the tip of your tongue close to the top of your soft palate, with the top of the tongue, close to the ceiling of the mouth, and the tip of the tongue behind the back of your front teeth. From here, we'll come into a pulsing movement. And I'll show you this sideways so it's a little bit more obvious. When you inhale, imagine you're an ocean wave rising. And as you exhale, settle back into your seat. So breath in, rise. And breath out, back down. And if you feel all the joints in your body, we're involving the whole of your body, not simply the arms. Hips, shoulders, elbows, knees, wrists, ankles. What we're going to do is to continue to flow. Now, some Qigong masters call this root pulses. Some call this ripple-like waves. Some simply call this the wave-like movement. There are many different names for this. See if you can find your interpretation of this movement that feels fluid, that helps you connect with the fluid qualities of water, especially if you've been feeling a little stuck, a little rigid. And for those of you who have been having a stressful week, see if you can find that calm, still part of you that is right at the center and core of your being. So even as the surface of you is moving, there is a part of you that is always still. We'll stay for about 5 more repetitions following your own rhythm, your own breath. gradually coming to the end of your last repetition, rising and rippling like the waves. Now, as you come to the end of that last round, we'll come into turning the water wheel. Let your hands come right in front of the lower belly area, in front of the 3 fingers below the belly button where the energy center, Dan Tian, your elixir field is. Shoulders stay relaxed, knees are soft, and the weight of your body settles down to the earth. Feel heavy like water flowing down to the sea. From here, what we'll do is we'll start to imagine you're holding the cog or a wheel to turn this water wheel. And as you inhale, let this rise with your breath. Feel this reach outwards away from you, and then as you exhale, settle back. As you do this movement, feel that there is also no stagnation. So feel that it is not just your arms that are moving, but the whole of your body is also flowing along with the water wheel. You might notice a small leaning forward as I'm doing this movement, and then leaning back as the arms reach slightly apart. Also notice that as I'm doing this movement, my elbows are never fully extended or locked, neither are my shoulders. So there's always this slight softness. It's like we never force things. That's another important quality of water that is often talked about in various different Eastern philosophy classics, like the Tao Te Ching. Water never forces things. It slowly, with patience, with time, it goes around rocks. It finds a way, nature's way. See if you can feel that you are embodying that, whatever challenges you've been facing. You're gently turning the wheel, and with persistence, with the will of water, one of the 5 spirits, which are the energetic qualities of the 5 elements in Chinese medicine, water is associated with zhi, and zhi means will, determination, persistence. It's not just a persistence of practice, of sustaining, of repetition, which is what we're doing, right? We're putting the time, we're putting the effort to work. It is also this deep-rooted trust of knowing that things will unfold and you will be safe because the earth is underneath you and you are held, you are not alone. Water is also associated with this deep knowing that you are much wiser than your small self. For a long time, I've always felt I was alone. And then beginning my spiritual path, I found this connection with something much greater than myself. And since then, well, there have been a few moments where I forgot this and needed to be reminded, and that's why we practice, right? We practice to remember. But thanks to this practice, I've always felt intimate. And see if maybe this will give you a feeling, a quality of this trust that there is something much greater holding you, and you are much wiser than your ignorant self. There is wisdom beyond your years. This is because we are all part of the source. We'll just do a few more rounds of turning the water wheel, and gradually we'll transition to the last water-based form for today. As you come to the end of that last round, let the wheel gently rest. We'll breathe in to raise the palms upwards, slide them to the back to support the back of the shoulders. From the shoulders, reach down to the kidneys, and we'll form 2 fists to begin to circle and rub to warm the kidney area. The water element is associated in Chinese medicine with the kidneys as well as the urinary bladder meridians. And that's associated with fertility, with what you inherited, with the source of who you are, your identity. So as you're warming the kidneys, feel that you are connecting with your past, with the things that are you, that you couldn't choose, but they are undeniably some aspect of your identity right now. So as you rub and circle around, gently and slowly, now we'll transition into the form. Let the hands begin to slide down along the back of the legs, tracing the path of the urinary bladder meridian. Those of you who have difficulty folding forward, you can always bend your knees. And if you can't reach all the way down, reach as far as you can comfortably and let your intention bring you to the end. Let yourself intend to touch the back of the heels. Intend to reach towards the top of the toes. And now this is where we begin to lock the knees, lengthen the whole of your chest, your heart forward. And from here, reach the arms forward. Keep growing the arms forward. And as you reach the arms up, look all the way up to the heavens. The knees can soften now, but keep extending your heart all the way up to the heavens. And with your hands, reach up, up, up and beyond. And as you exhale now, let the hands receive this rainfall, this snowfall above as it descends upon you. And let this energy bathe you, cleanse you. We'll do this a few more times. So the hands flip, they come to the back. No more rubbing the kidneys, we'll slide down directly this time, all the way down to the back of the heels, outer ankles, tops of the feet, and then reach the arms, reach the gaze forward and up, up, up and beyond. When you feel ready to receive, allow yourself to receive. Allowing, this is the essential practice of water, allowing life to unfold. We'll do this 3 more times. Fingers slide back to support the back of you, connecting with your past, acknowledging it. Let that be your strength. Bring it to the tops of your feet. And as you reach forward into the future, not forgetting to stay present, to stay rooted. When you feel ready to receive, let the energy from above descend. Also symbolizing the moment of the solstice, when yin becomes yang. That's the transition. So water is the most yin. We surrender to the earth, descend down. Surrender and allow. From the earth, through the heart, through humanity, we reach up to the sky, like water vapor, reaching up. And then as you exhale from above, let everything descend like an energy bath as you take it all in. One last round on your own. Here's a visual reference if you do need. Behind the back of the shoulders, supporting the back of you, fold down. Intend to fold as low as it feels good. Sliding the hands to the front of the feet, reaching the heart, reaching your chest, connecting with the kidney meridian. So the back of your tailbone stays soft, but your heart keeps reaching up, 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 and beyond. And then when you feel ready, yes, I am ready. Let yourself receive. And as you receive, gently and slowly begin to take a moment to let all of this sink in. Noticing how that feels. Good. Now from here, we're going to slowly transition in towards the Yoga Nidra practice. But the last form we'll do today is to balance all energies, and we'll trace your energy path 3 times. And the last one, we'll do it halfway so that you can then transition down. So let the hands come about 2 to 3 centimeters away from the surface of your skin, not touching yet. Let it rise up along the front of your channel, a conception vessel towards your face, the crown of your head, the back of your head, sides of the neck, looping down towards the armpits, back of the shoulder blades down along the urinary bladder meridians, the back of the legs, outer ankles, tops of the feet, and up along the insides of the legs, following the kidney channels. 2 more times. Now you might physically begin to touch the surface of your skin if that feels nice, or you might stay with the hands floating just slightly away from the surface of you. One last round, and this last round we do it halfway so that when we fold forward, then we transition down to the earth to lie down. Back of the head, sides of the neck, front of the collarbones, the chest, the lungs, sides of the ribs, the gallbladder, towards the back. Now we slide down, and this time those of you who are ready to transition into Yoga Nidra, from here you can bend your knees and begin to support yourself to come down either onto the yoga mat, onto the sofa, the bed, whatever surface is going to be your surface for practicing Yoga Nidra for the next 15 to 20 minutes or so. And I'll make some adjustments to make sure that I am well set up to support you in the next half of today's session. And welcome to our friends who have just joined us for the Yoga Nidra as well. You are also very welcome. All of you is welcome. If you've just joined us for Yoga Nidra, I want to invite you to make sure that you are settled in, that you are not going to be disturbed by anyone or anything for the next 15 to 20 minutes or so. Once you find the shape that will be your container for Yoga Nidra, I want to invite you to allow yourself to settle in deeper. If there is just one small thing you could do to adjust to maybe the position of the pillow behind your head, maybe the bolster that is underneath your knees or between your legs, or maybe you're feeling a little cold and a blanket would really help, as your body temperature tends to drop when we meditate and when we practice Yoga Nidra. So feel free to go ahead and make sure you're set up really well so that you can gradually transition into stillness. See, it's very welcome. So glad to see you. Welcome back. And as you settle into the shape, the container of your practice of Yoga Nidra, let's all take a collective exhale together. So with your next exhale, feel free to sigh it out. And let your body sink and melt into the surface that is holding you. Feel that you are being held, being received by the earth herself. There isn't anything you need to be doing. There isn't anywhere you need to be going. No deadlines to meet, no one to become, no one to please. Know that you as you are, here, now, all of you is welcome. And you've given yourself the permission to do nothing at all. This is your practice of Yoga Nidra. There's no way to do this wrong because there's nothing at all to do. Simply to be able to hear the sound of my voice. You don't even need to pay attention to the specific words that are being said. Just hearing the sound of my voice and noticing your breath coming in and out. That is enough. More than enough. Welcome to the practice of Yoga Nidra. Welcome to this safe and nurturing and healing space that is your practice of Yoga Nidra. Let these sounds and the sound of my voice support you to transition from an everyday state of consciousness into your practice of Yoga Nidra. And at the end of this practice, these same sounds and the sound of my voice will support you to transition back into a more everyday state of consciousness. Settling into your container, your practice of Yoga Nidra, let your awareness now be, I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I am practicing Yoga Nidra. Invite now, in the center of your heart, a feeling of gladness, a feeling of thankfulness for this opportunity to practice Yoga Nidra. With your next inhale, let the breath of your heart carry your heartfelt intention, your sankalpa, and let the wisdom of your heart surface and shape the rest of your Yoga Nidra practice. We begin now to guide the light of mental attention, your awareness, around your physical body, as if your physical body is the earth on a cold winter's day, and your light of consciousness are like snowflakes falling upon the earth, covering everything like a beautiful white blanket. We begin at the tip of your tongue. Can you let a snowflake land there? The root of your tongue, a sparkling white snowflake there. The roof of your mouth, the bottom of your mouth, the inside of your left cheek, a snowflake there. The inside of your right cheek, another snowflake there. Your right ear, the lobe of the ear, the shell of the ear, all around, through, and inside your right ear. Let snowflakes gently land there. Your left ear, the lobe of the ear, the shell of the ear, inside and all around your left ear, let snowflakes descend upon that beautiful land that is your left ear. The space between your ears, behind the back of your head, let a snowflake sparkle there. The crown of your head, let a snowflake gently float down and descend there. Your forehead, your right eyebrow, left eyebrow, right eye, left eye, the space between your eyebrows, let a snowflake sparkle and land there. The tip of your nose, the bridge of your nose, your right nostril, left nostril, right cheek, left cheek, the valley between your nose and your upper lip, your lower lip, the valley between your lower lip and your chin. And can you let a A string of snowflakes gently descend upon your jawline from the left towards your chin, all the way towards your right. Feel the snowflakes gently float and land. One in the center of your throat, one for the right collarbone, left collarbone, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, your right arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, center of the palm, and all 5 of your fingers. Can you let one snowflake land on each of your fingertips? Your thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and your little finger. Your left arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, palm, and all 5 of your fingers of your left hand. Let 5 snowflakes, one for each finger, descend on your left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and your little finger. Let a snowflake float and gently land in the center of your heart, allowing your heart to shine. One for your right lung, one for the left lung, one right in the center of your navel, one 3 fingers below your navel, one for the right hip, left hip, one for your groin, one for your right thigh, knee, calf, shin, ankle, heel, arch of your foot, ball of your foot, and 5 tiny snowflakes, one for each of your toes, your big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and your little toe. Let a snowflake land on your left thigh, knee, calf, shin, ankle, heel, arch of your foot, ball of your foot, and all 5 of your toes of your left foot, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and your little toe. From head to toe, from toes to head, the whole of your body is covered with snowflakes, sparkling like a white blanket of fresh snow. Now as you exhale, feel that you are heavy, settling like snowfall down to the ground. Inhaling, feeling light, as if you are a water droplet transformed from the snowflake, evaporating and floating up to the sky. Exhaling, feeling heavy like snowfall descending and arriving on the ground. Inhaling, feeling light like the snowflakes transforming into water vapor, evaporating and floating up towards the sky. Continue to alternate between these extremes, heaviness and lightness, with your breath for the next 5 breaths. And now begin to invite both extremes. Feel that you are as heavy as snowfall descending and landing upon the earth, and at the same time as light and as weightless as the water vapor that is floating upwards towards the heavens, towards the sky. Hold both of these experiences simultaneously in your consciousness. And now gently as well, begin to let go of this practice, noticing the natural weight, shape, and form of your physical body. Feel that you are held by the earth. Draw your awareness into the space in the center of your heart. With your next exhale, allow fluffy snowflakes to gather inwards towards the center of your heart. And as you inhale, let these snowflakes begin to dissolve into water, flowing from the center through you outwards, through your body into the world. Exhale, letting the snowflakes float into the center of you. And then letting the snowflakes begin to dissolve into water as you flow outwards. Continue to alternate between both of these experiences. Exhaling, allowing the snowflakes to gather inwards. And then inhaling, feeling the snowflakes dissolve and flow like water outwards. For the next 5 breaths. Now invite both extremes, a sense of feeling like snowflakes are fluffy and you're gathering, allowing them to gently rest in the center of your heart. And at the same time, you're allowing these snowflakes to dissolve and transform into fluid water as it flows outwards into the world. Feel both of these experiences. Hold both of these experiences simultaneously in your consciousness. And now gently and slowly begin to allow this practice to let it go, let it float away. And start to observe and notice the natural texture, quality, and length of your breath. Now become aware of your breath as a dear friend. This is a dear friend you've known for longer than anyone else. This dear friend you've known since the moment you were born. Every time you inhale, you welcome this dear friend, you embrace this dear friend. Every time you exhale, you bid this dear friend goodbye with no formality, knowing that this dear friend will return. Welcoming and bidding farewell. Welcoming and bidding farewell. We start to count your exhalations from 9 to 0. If you lose track of the counting, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you let your mind rest with each exhalation. Let's begin. Become aware of having been practicing Yoga Nidra. Let your awareness be, I have been practicing Yoga Nidra. I have been practicing Yoga Nidra. I have been practicing Yoga Nidra for the past 20 minutes. Know that the healing, the insight, the peace that you've received through your practice of Yoga Nidra, it stays with you even as this practice comes to an end. With your next exhale, let your mind descend like a snowflake landing upon the center of your heart. With your next inhale, let the breath of your heart transform that snowflake into water. And in this water, feel and hear the voice, the wisdom of your inner teacher, your heart. Receive and embrace your fluid nature. Allow yourself to become open to whatever guidance your heart has to offer. And see this guidance as your lived experience, as your reality here, now. And now here comes a choice. You are welcome to continue staying in the realm of water, connecting with the source of it all, residing in the collective unconscious. You are welcome to stay, to rest, to rejuvenate, to restore, to receive. You are also welcome, should you feel ready, to begin to gradually awaken. And should you choose so, allow your breath to slowly become more audible, maintaining this intimacy with your dear friend, your breath. Allow your body to start to move with your breath. And let these sounds and the sound of my voice support you to transition into a more everyday state of consciousness. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. If you wish to, you may rise, stretch very slowly like water flowing. And then if you'd like to join me in any position, whether you are lying down, seated, I want to invite you to join me as we once again do the same gesture we did at the beginning with both palms, one hand holding the future which is unknown and the past which has already happened. We empty the past, empty the future. And let your intention be as you bring the palms together to cherish and be fully present in the gift of now. Here we take 3 breaths as a collective, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through the mouth for the 3 levels of existence. We begin with the most yin of all, the earth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through the mouth. Send the breath to the earth. Settling deeper into your physicality. Feel the earth. Know the earth. Trust the earth. Second round, connecting with your heart. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let it warm your heart. Feel as your lungs embrace your heart. You are never alone. Last one, connecting with the heavens. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through your mouth. Send your breath to the heavens. Feel the warmth of the sun shining above you, even on days where the clouds seem to obscure and you can't see the sun's rays. Know that it is always there. You are always connected with this hope, with your dreams, with your greater purpose, your intention. Feel it like a guiding light, always. Allowing your head to bow slightly down towards your heart, returning to the seed of gladness we planted at the very beginning. And as you inhale, feel that you water this seed and allow it to begin to root, to sprout, to grow and blossom. Slowly at your own pace, if your eyes are still closed, let them flutter open. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing this space, this precious time, and for co-creating this with me. I want to invite all of you, we have 164 meditators together. Please share in the chat if you would like 3 words to describe your current state of being. And we do this always in every practice, at the beginning and at the end, to check in, never forgetting to check in, to sense into what's going on, being curious, paying attention. So I'm going to take a moment as well to feel into the words that are surfacing. And for me, the 3 words are gladness, swelling, unfolding. Oh, thank you so much, Carol. Let's see, we have a couple of comments that just came in through the chat. Bao Chu, I'm glad you enjoyed this practice. This practice is on Insight Timer. I'm not sure if I won't be able to access the recording in the sense that there isn't a recording that I can download, but I can see if there's a way I might be able to grab snippets of it and then share it with the wider audience. Emmy, thank you so much for your donation. It means so much to me. Thanks for being here. Let's see. Carol, you're very welcome. Amy, thank you so much for your words. It means so much to me. Let's see. So many of these words have come in. We'll take a moment to see what they are. Joanne's words are peaceful. Tina, you are so welcome. Cindy, thank you for your donation. Amy's words are light, joy, quiet. Thank you. Other Amy, we have 2 Amy's here today. Thank you so much for your donation. Mary's words are serene, stillness, transitioning. Sharon, thank you so much for your donation. Jeannie, oh, you're so welcome. And I'm glad you could join me for this practice. And I'm glad this first practice resonated with you. And you're very welcome to join me again. I teach almost every weekend. Other Amy as well, thank you so much for your donation. Both Amy's, thank you so much for being here. Cindy says, such a profound experience for me. The beauty of your words touched me so deeply. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that they touched you, and thank you for your words as well. Let's see, a few more comments have come in. Jeannie, thank you so much for your donation. Melissa says, thank you for this practice together today. Thank you for coming. Karen, thank you so much for your donation. Mary says, a beautiful, lovely practice today. Oh, that's good to hear. Carol's words are achy, sensitive, and quiet. Sonia says, glorious practice, amazing. You're very welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed this. Donna is having her first time and her words are settled, mind expanded. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. And rested. Abida says, thank you so much for your time and for a beautiful practice. Thank you for coming and I'm glad you could make it, Abida. Karen's words are grateful, ease, flow. Melissa's words are hungry, peaceful, and connection. Jeannie's words are peaceful, soothed, and content. Monica, thank you so much for your donation. It really means a lot to me. It's a huge support. Thank you so much. For those of you who are curious and want to continue your practice, I'll do a quick announcement for the next session. Almost every week I teach around the same time. Next week is Christmas, so I'll be traveling, unfortunately, and many of you, I guess, will be also busy with family. The week after, on the 31st of December, the last day of the year, I'll be doing a special session that will be a Qigong Yoga Nidra, and then as well as a combination of some journaling, and we'll reflect back on what has unfolded in the year so we can harvest the insights, the things that we can polish, and really the storehouses, the treasures, these things that are precious, we can bring them with us into the coming year. So you're really welcome to join me in the week after, so next Saturday at the same time, 3 p.m. European Standard Time, which is 1 hour and about 15 minutes before the time that is right now for your local time. For our friends on the West Coast, I believe it's like 6 a.m. For the friends on East Coast, it should be 9 a.m. For friends in between, it's somewhere in between. If you're in Asia, in the Middle East, you have to do the time zone conversions. If you would like to receive a reminder, feel free to join the group, which is called Qigong Flow with Wenling. And within the group, I share announcements, I share resources, and I share reminders of upcoming sessions on Insight Timer, as well as any announcements for things outside of Insight Timer. And also you can find out more about how to join my mailing list to receive updates. Sonia, thank you so much for your donation. It's reflecting. Thanks for your note. Joe as well, thank you so much for your donation. Also, I'll do a quick announcement for an upcoming event that I'm doing with a wonderful group of Insight Timer mentors. Many of them you might be familiar with, like Keziah Gibbons, Apec Williamson, for example, Tom Evans. So it's a powerhouse collective, and we are called the Creative Conscious Collective. Our group of 30 Insight Timer mentors, we originally intended to do this summit, which is a New Year summit on Insight Timer. However, Insight Timer is going through some restructuring internally, so you might have seen some shifts in their offerings. So they're doing less of these summits and workshops, and they're doing more of the programs and courses. So we wanted to do this summit on Insight Timer. Unfortunately, it's not possible. So we decided to still go ahead with the summit, and it's going to happen next year in January from the 7th to the 8th of January, which is Saturday and Sunday of the first weekend of the new year. And you're really welcome to join us. The pricing for the summit is also really affordable. There are 3 rates depending on where you are right now financially, whether you can pay it forward for someone, whether you are at a place where you feel comfortable for yourself, or whether you really need some support. So I'll share more details in the group, so feel free to join the group, as I'm not able to advertise too much here. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in 2 weeks' time. In the meanwhile, please take care. Danielle, thank you so much for your donation. I will see all of you in 2 weeks' time. Have a blessed Christmas. Have a wonderful solstice. Stay warm. The name of the group is Qigong Flow with Wenling. So Qigong Flow with Wenling. And within the group, I'll share more information as well as the link to the upcoming summit if you would like to find out more information. In the coming weeks, I'll also share about it and share reminders so that you can join in. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, for practicing with me, for flowing with me like water. And may you take water's wisdom with you into the rest of this weekend, into the rest of the month, the rest of the year. I just typed it in the chat, Monica, if you can scroll up. Qigong Flow with Wenling, that's the name of my group. And if you join the group, I'll share more about the upcoming summit since I can't promote directly too much here. Thanks so much, Megan. Thanks, Monica. Thanks, Carol. Thanks to all of you for joining in, for flowing with me, and see you all soon.